Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Di Santo. We started this session about 20 minutes late. We recovered some 15 minutes, but I think we can ask such a distinguished panel of discussants, which are representatives of two major Italian ship owners, Bottiglieri and D'Amato. We have representative of the Marshall Registry. So would you like to pose a question, one, maximum two questions to the speakers, and a bullet question and very short answers, please.
Okay, my name is Umberto D'Amato. I am a naval architect by education and CEO of my family company, Perseveranza e Navigazione. So I'm much more technical man, as Mr. Iago mentioned. So I feel much more comfortable when wearing boiler suits and safety shoes rather than jacket and tie, as I'm doing now. So I would like just to add a few things about the discussion we had, because I heard very interesting points. First of all, regarding the supervision of the cross-action. Supervision is, in my opinion, top priority. No any ship owner should accept any building contract where supervision anywhere in any subcontractor premises is not allowed. Definitely having a good, strong supervising team is the key of the success for a good vessel, a good quality vessel, especially in the Far East shipyards, where, especially in Korea, the construction of the vessel is made not in one single yard, but in so many shipyards, and the main leading yard is just assembling blocks and the sub parts which are built all over Korea, which are often brought by barges and lifted by heavy cranes. And another point which I heard about Mrs. Kelly is definition of key laying. Key laying is also an important topic point of the construction stage, but if you have to follow the rules, well, key laying is variable, can give various interpretations, because a keel well is an old term used when the ships were built in wood. We had a solid piece of timber which was the main part of the vessel, to which the frames were added, and then the hull was constructed, which is no longer existing. So SOLAS rules now say that keeling or equivalent stage of construction means the time when 50 tons of steel are almost assembled. That is nothing. 50 tons of steel for any kind of ship can be built at any time and then put aside just maybe to escape rules, because most of the rules are linked to the keeling stage, or payment of instrument is linked to the keeling as well. So this is a kind of black hole in the regulation to which the technical man can say very little. But again, from the technical point of view, I also wish to underline that technical man usually, well, is accustomed to deal with numbers, with digits, so everything should be white or black. But there are many gray areas, especially coating, for instance, where only very recently classification societies have been called for supervision for the performance standards of protective coating. So it's not a difficult, not an easy task for the technical man to be always white and or black. There are also gray areas which are very difficult to deal with, and it's more matter for lawyers then. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. D'Amato. Does any of the speakers want to comment on this? I wouldn't say it is a question, but if there is some comment around the table, it's welcome.
I must just add that, you see, first, the choice of the yard is paramount. And in the recent years, we have seen, of course, the good ones, but not only the very top ones. When you choose a yard, you have to know what the yard can do, and not only what the yard can promise to do, which is another story. The second thing is, of course, you see, to make the contract, you see, with a description of the vessel, which is a valid one, which means detailed one. The more details, the better you will be afterwards. The less details, the more difficult will be the situation afterwards. And of course, afterwards, you have the building period. And during the building period, the more the ship owners are investing in having a supervision team, the better it will be. The clearer with the shipyard you see about what is the situation, the better with the shipyard. And of course, you see the things are anticipation of troubles, despite the fact that our nice lawyers are saying that we have to build a vessel and to wait 180 days after delivery before we can cancel it. Nevertheless, I believe that you see clear position and clear follow-up are paramount.
Okay, thank you. And I think we have time just for one bullet question, if any. And yes, Mr. Bottiglieri.
My name is Michele Bottiglieri from Michele Bottiglieri Armature. I want to ask you a question to Mr. Curtis about the refund guarantee. During the construction, if some dispute arises between buyers and builders, how it works, the other installment to be paid and the refund guarantee? I think that if you will not pay, there will be a breach of a contract in waiting the court decision during the dispute. What is the situation? What do you think?
Well, I agree. It's a very significant potential problem. What usually one sees is a provision in the refund guarantee that says that the guarantor must pay upon the demand made by the ship owner, but that in the event that within a defined period, maybe 7 days or 14 days, notification is given by the builder that there is a dispute as to whether the contract was properly cancelled, then the refund guarantee will be extended in validity until maybe 30 days after the dispute has been decided by a final award. And that as a mechanism works reasonably well, but we see lots of cases, many cases, where there is a problem on the wording of the guarantee that means that it has not been validly extended, or it will not be validly extended, and will expire before the arbitration award is likely to be achieved. We have 3 active cases in the office at the moment where the repayment of the instalments is disputed by the builder, and the guarantee does not contain that sort of language, has a fixed calendar expiry date, and is likely to expire before it's going to be possible to get an arbitration award. So, yet it's a very good point, yet another example of an issue that you have to be aware of when you take the guarantee.
Thank you very much. Since both the question and the answer were very brief, I'm asking Mr. Xenagoudis if he would like to ask something to our speakers. Thank you.
Thank you. I will be very brief as well. I mean, coming from a flag state perspective, my question to the speakers would be how important they feel that choosing a flag at the outset of the shipbuilding contract or during the construction of the vessel is important. Because my experience all these years in the shipping registry is I have seen, for example, owners selecting the flag from the beginning or others changing the flag in the end. So I was wondering if you have any experience how difficult that is, because there are contradictions. I mean, some owners say that it's very difficult or very expensive to change flag at the last minute, and some others do it without any problems. So is this a matter of the shipyard itself or on the place of construction? That's my question.
Thank you. Who's going to comment on this question? Didier, yes.
Yes, I'm sorry to be speaking again. No, just one thing is that you see a flag is also related to rules and the way you apply the rules, the regulations, the international regulations, and especially when you go to some European flags, including Malta flag, for example, they are asking you see some equipment to be within a regulation of the MED certification. And consequently, if you want to change a vessel which has not this type of regulation fulfillment, afterwards you see a lot of difficulties, not only papers, but also equivalent and derogations and things like that. That's the reason why it is quite difficult. Another thing I would like also to raise the attention of the audience is that during the building, the vessel is most of the time belonging to the country of the builder and to the builder. So in this case, you face a lot of difficulties up until the sea trials, including for safety procedures or whatever, due to the fact that the local flag is, by the way, you see, applying, and instead of the final flag which might be chosen. So in this case, this is also good to have the final flag, to have some relationship with the local shipbuilders' flag to try to solve the problems.
Well, thank you very much, Didier. And this brings us to the end of the session, which I hope was extremely interesting. I want to thank my co-chairman, Didier. I want to thank all of the speakers. And now I hand over the chairmanship to Mrs. Fenech and Mr. Pacella for the next session. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much also for the chairman for the very good conduction of this section. I would like to apologize on behalf of Diego Pacella, who told me he might have had some commitments that wouldn't entitle him to participate. So his place as co-chairman will be taken by the managing director, by Fabrizio Vettosi, who is the managing director of Venice Finance, and the vice chairman of the Financial Commission of Confitarma. I would also ask if there are questions, try to squeeze really the presentation of the speakers, because we would like to have the time to have more questions from the panelists and from the other delegates. The other delegate can make a question just by calling the hostess, and there will be mobile portable microphones for them. Thank you. We will probably have lunch around 2 o'clock. If we haven't completed the question time, we can start just after lunch.